Hi, everybody. This is Sarah. And today I'm talking to Anja. And she's a good friend of mine who lives in the same city as me in Potsdam. And yeah, Anja's going to be sharing bravely for us into 2021. Hi, Anja.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So tell us a bit about yourself, about your background, where you were born and where you are now, what you're doing.
I'd love to do that. Yeah, I'm Anja. I'm 37 years old. I live in Potsdam. I'm originally from a very cute little town that's 100 kilometers west of Potsdam. It's called Stendal. It's in the awesome Altmark. So if you ever want to travel again, it's actually a really nice city, and you can reach it also from Potsdam or Berlin in a day trip. Yeah, I studied psychology, so I'm a major in psychology. And then during my studies, I figured that I'm really like technical things. So I'm a bit nerdy at heart. And so I did a lot of internships also during my study. And then directly after my studies, jumped into what's you would say today that's like an IT project management role. And then worked my way through startups in Berlin to very cool bigger companies like Immobilien Scout, and then made it to the biggest company I've ever worked for, the eBay Classifieds Group, where I also worked in project and product management, so very IT-based stuff. And yeah, now for almost 1 year, I'm self-employed because after 12 or almost 13 years in IT, I thought I want to do my own business. Since I have so many ideas, I always wanted to support people with actually finding their way and bringing these ideas to life, and also work a bit more again on the operational sides, actually building websites for people, help them with all the technical questions that especially self-employed women have in their business. And yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
So I think you can hear from Anja her excitement around getting creative and creating things for people. So I think we can miss the question about how you describe yourself. But you've kind of touched on the fact that you're building a business. But what actually is it? What are you trying to do with your business? Why are you doing it?
I think it's like the way I grew up. I was always very lucky because my dad, he always wanted to have sons, and then he got two daughters. So he sometimes, I think, treated us a bit like we were just the boys, and he would teach us everything about technical things. And I grew up like this, and then I recognized the more I grew older that not every woman in especially Germany is raised like that. So a lot of people and a lot of women and girls that I know, they're afraid of technical things. And for me, always my heart bleeds when someone, like some of my clients, they tell me, I don't want to click on this button because I'm afraid what will happen. Then I'm like, that's what I get up for in the morning, that I tell the people, don't be afraid, just do it, click on it. And if it doesn't work out, I help you. But basically that's what I really like to do, like um, basically educate women in technical things, that they can use the technique to also like their business a bit better, to have better processes because they have tools that help them, like even in social media marketing, what a lot of women also love a lot, there are really cool technical tools that can help you post some postings, and that will make your life so much easier. So that's why I do what I do, because I want to make sure women are not so afraid of the technical things anymore, and they have me as an example who's not afraid, and I want to show them.
The reason I'm laughing is because Anja does this for me. So I'm the one that's trained as and yet when it comes to IT stuff, I like, Anja, help. So she helps me actually with, we were just talking about Instagram or Clubhouse and what to do and how to create stuff. So yes, I can stand for the fact that she's my go-to person when I'm struggling on these kind of things. But tell us a bit about yourself. So what is it that kind of nurtures you? What is it that keeps you going and creates that amazing energy that you have?
Yeah, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it's just there. Also, I mean, you're not supposed to compare yourself with others, but sometimes I don't know what it is. I mean, I know like my really true self, that I have this power in me and I want to create new things, and this gives me energy, and also to teach other people things like that, and to see how other people like their business a bit more when they know about the technical things, or even when I build their website and they can focus on what they are good in. It's just, I think I'm really good at the technical things, and it really makes me happy to see that I can help others with that. And yeah, that's probably the reason I like to help people.
But that's so cool. So you're building a business around helping other people because it gives you energy to actually, keep yourself going. I love that. So where are you maybe a little too hard on yourself?
Yeah, especially over the last weeks, I don't know what it is, and I always come to that point that I work a lot. And like we had the situation like 2 days ago that my boyfriend called me at 7:30, and he was like, "Are you still in the office?" And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." So I know that, but I really like to work, and so it's like sometimes it's very hard for me to stop and to give myself like this balance time to also gain energy from other things than working. And this is where I'm a bit too hard on myself, that I think it's fine if I work that much, and even if it is fine, it's still important that I take the breaks, and I need to be okay with also taking breaks, but not perfect yet.
Yeah. Well, you've been through quite a difficult year, though, with starting the business at the time when Corona hit and, being consequent as to actually, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to do it. And being able to create something from that space, even while times have been hard. So what's maybe the one piece of advice you wish you'd have known 12 months ago?
This, for me, the biggest thing also when being self-employed is this trusting, to trust that the ideas that you or I have in that case are good ideas, and that even if some ideas don't work out, just keep on trying and evaluating the ideas, and what did work out, what did not work out, just talking to the customers and understanding what do they really need, how can I help them even in a better way than I thought in the beginning, and then just trusting that it will fold out into a paid that you will get money out of that, and that people that want to work with you, they will come the more you're visible. And I, that you can sort of like relax into that situation, that it will happen. It will not happen in 2 days, because for me it also took like half a year until everything, like until clients came by themselves and not only out of my network. That took some time, and I always tell also my client, you need to be patient and trust it. But in the end, I would have wanted to know that I can trust it a bit more and relax more, and don't be like too like hustle, hustle, hustle. I mean, hustle is sometimes needed, but not all the time. And I should have relaxed a bit more from the beginning. That I would have wanted to change. Yeah.
So actually what you're saying is you use the advice you give your clients on yourself as well. And you actually learn to trust yourself in this process as you're creating it. And the closer you are to your own story and to why you're doing this, actually the easier it is to find the people that relate to you. That's really cool. I like that. So if you could make a wish for yourself for 2021, what is it you'd want to wish for?
Yeah, my wish is that I take the prices that I earn. It's also a very important topic as a self-employed person, talking about pricing and what do you price your things, that you offer.
What's your value? Yeah.
Yeah, what's the value? That's the toughest part. And I feel like I'm very close to getting actually paid for what I really think is the right worth. And then take some more time and work on my being available everywhere in Germany, so that I can basically work from everywhere, and also do that and be even closer to the water than I'm now, because I'm dreaming of living with a view to the water, or at least have my office with the water view. this is my big dream for 2021. And maybe a cat or a dog. I don't know yet.
And what is your one wish for the planet for 2021?
Yeah, my planet wish is that what we started over the last years, that people get more aware of, oh, what does it actually mean for the planet if I travel by plane 3 times a year, that this goes more into the head of the people and they actually think more about that. And when it comes to waste, I'm very concerned into let people forget that they can still decide themselves how much waste they're going to produce when they buy food, for example, in the supermarket, right? In every supermarket in Germany, you always have the choice at the moment to get the apples that are in a little like paper package, or you get the plastic bag, right? You can still decide that yourself. And my hope is really that the people take the paper bag and not the plastic bag.
Cool. Thank you. So a level of responsibility on a consumer front. And just quickly to finish off, what would be your one kind of motivational saying or book or podcast which has really helped you over the last year while you've been kind of on this roller coaster of starting your own business?
Oh, that's a tough question because there's actually a lot, but what I like to always tell people when they start with is Laura Marlina Seiler. It's like in German. She has some podcast episodes that are with English people, so you can also check that if you're only English speaking. But for me, she's the one that brought me into this. Think more about yourself. Think what makes you happy. Think only about the positive things, because I mean it never gets better if you only think about negative things. And that's what I really had to learn over the last 4 to 5 years, and what I got really good in, like, focus on the positive things and then it will work out.
Yeah, so focus on where you want to go. I can hear this kind of, the saying that comes to my head is where the attention goes, the energy flows. So the more you focus your attention on one thing, that's where, you know, you focus and your attention and your energy goes into that. So yeah. Cool. Thank you very much. It was lovely to talk to you. And is there anything last that you'd like to share, or are we going to put everything into the chat so people can find you and connect with you?
Yeah, we just put everything into the chat, and if you have any technical questions, just ask me.
Here's your girl.
Yeah.
Lovely to speak to you, Anja. Look after yourself and we'll chat soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you. Bye.